Greetings, everyone. It's Kamara with Art Heals Us. How are you? Welcome to my new channel. I am creating a channel just for Art Heals Us creative projects. And if you haven't stopped by my website, it's www.arthealsus.com. I offer a few free online art classes that I call mini art retreats, so feel free to sign up and take them. And I'll be creating more throughout the year. Right now, I want to share with you my latest and my greatest. I was on Facebook the other day, last week, and one of my friends posted a couple of her planners. And I said, "What have you got there?" And she was like, "I am into planning." And she shared with me this whole world of people who are into planning. That means they buy these nice leather-bound planners, or they're either leather-bound or, some really nice material. And they decorate them. They create they create and organize with them. And I just thought this is the most fascinating thing. And so I've been caught up in watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos on how to organize a planner and some of the design ideas and some of the organizational ideas. And so finally last week, by the end of the week, I purchased a Filofax. So here's my Filofax. It's actually a domino style, and it's A5 size. A5, if you don't know what A5 is, it's about a little bit less than half of an 8.5 by 11 standard piece of paper. So I think it's like 5.3 by 8.5 inches if you need to know the dimensions. So that is A5. It's fairly large compared to a lot of planners because some planners are actually smaller and they're called personal size. So I think they're probably even half of this. But I thought this would be a perfect size for me because for my first planner, I want to use it to plan my work life as well as just my regular everyday life. So I thought I would use this first. Who knows, I might really get into planning and be like those people who have multiple planners. But for right now, I'm going to deal with this Filofax. I got it off of eBay. And it's red, as you can see, maroon, and it has this nice little binding loop that goes around the whole thing. I got it off of eBay. I would say that Filofax is probably a mid-range in price in terms of planners. I know that you can definitely get some planners for cheaper. And you definitely could get planners for more. This one cost me about $39 on eBay. So, and it was brand new, not used or anything like that. So, perfect condition. So, if you watch a lot of these planner videos or read blogs of people who plan, they really go all out. I mean, they have really cool stuff that they do for their planners, inside their planners. So it can get overwhelming because you're like, oh, you could do that, you could do this. So for me, I'm just starting out. I'm going to share with you what I've done so far, but believe me, there's tons I want to do. Whether I have time to do it or not will be the question. So you open it up. And inside, it's this nice kind of suede-ish feel to it. I don't think that the inside, I'm not sure if the outside is actual real leather or not, but it's really nice. It's a nice, smooth, textured red. Inside, there's places to put little cards. I put my work name tag there for right now, but there's pockets that you can slip stuff into. I'll share with you what comes with it and what I've added to it. So it comes with this first little piece of paper, which you'll find in a lot of the planning communities. This is called a dashboard. It's usually made out of a non-stick type of piece of material. And I used it. I have a paper clip here for some reason. It's not really doing anything right now. I used it to put stickies, Post-its. So I have a couple of pads of Post-its. I actually got these Post-its from Target in the dollar bins. Like right when you walk in Target, there's those dollar bins. They have the most amazing stationery stuff in there. These two were $1. So I'm sticking those to this little dashboardy material that came with the Filofax. It has Filofax on it. I may or may not keep that here. I just wanted a place to put my Post-its for now. Now this is my actual dashboard. I think I have like too much light shining on here. Don't want it to reflect. So this is a dashboard that I made. I went to Michael's and I found this really cool, I don't know if you could see it. Sorry about the movement of my camera. I got this really cool gold paper in the art paper section, and it's cardstock, and it's got this nice texture to it. And I really loved that color. Even though I'm going to go with the black and white theme mostly, I wanted a pop of color, so I'm using this gold paper. And then I put some washi tape on the outside, some stickers that I got. This is some washi tape. If you don't know what washi tape is, I'll go over that in a minute. If you've been following any of my art, if you look at my website, if you look at some of my past artwork, I'm really into vintage tribal women, especially women from Africa, from the old age. And so I had in a file a whole bunch of photos of vintage photos that I've just, reproduced. And so I decided to theme my Filofax with vintage African women. So this is one of my favorite photos of a woman, probably, I think she's from Madagascar. And I don't know what year this photo was taken, but it's just, she looks so phenomenal. She's so beautiful, that nose ring and her hair and just her expression on her face. It's just cool. So I'm really into, my lineage and remembering the past as a way of informing my future. So I found a sticker that says, "Don't forget." And then another sticker I put up here that says, "You are here," just reminding me to stay in the present moment. So this is my dashboard, and I made it slightly larger than some of the pages that are underneath because it's just meant to be that focal point when you open up the planner, at least for me. I'm a newbie, so I'm explaining how this planning stuff is going to work for me. So this is my dashboard. I also continued onto the other side, and my second favorite photo of another sister from Madagascar, and I just put some washi tape to pin her down. The great thing about using a material that is not just paper is that you could switch out the photos, when you want to switch things around. It's easy to do. The washi tape will just lift up and I could switch out photos. So that's the behind part of my dashboard. So that's my dashboard. I wanted a calendar. This one's small, but it was free and I printed it online for free. I will have to find the website if you're interested in finding it, but this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. I printed this 2015 calendar on this cardstock. I put some washi tape, I kind of outlined it with some washi tape, and then I folded it so that it would fit nicely into my planner, and on top of it I added this sister from Egypt. Isn't she cool? Isn't she so beautiful? So, and I put memories. So, washi taped her down onto this calendar, but the great thing is I'm going to use this calendar to highlight those weekends or weeks that I have to travel. I travel a lot in my job, so I'm going to be highlighting when I'll be out of town or when I have something going on. So that way I could just kind of do like a quick, year at a glance. Like someone says, hey, can you do this week? I can look in my front of my calendar without having to flip through a lot of pages and say, oh, you know what? I think I have something on this date. And then I'll be able to go deeper into my weekly calendars to find out what that is. So again, I folded it over and I put another photo there. So I'm really liking this. I might put one back here too. Who knows? Okay, so the Filofax, when I got this, it came with a 2016 calendar. So 2015, it's only the end of August. So I still have a lot of things happening between now and 2016. So I went online and I was looking at, they have tons of free resources for printing out your own calendar. You have to figure out, that's the whole thing about this whole planning community, is that so much is available, so much variety. So for me, I had to figure out, okay, what would work best for me, you know, in my work day, in my personal life to help me just get organized. And I thought that this was a good layout for me. I'm going to try it out. Again, it was free. I just printed it out on my home printer, which I've got to tell you was a lesson in and of itself. I am really a little deficient when it comes to whole measurements and figuring out how much space is between this and that. I don't know why my mind just doesn't click that way. So I made a lot of mistakes printing this first before I kind of got it. You know, setting up the margins on my printer, making sure that my holes, at first on Amazon, I got this hole punch that was supposed to be made for planners. Unfortunately, it wasn't made for a planner my size. It was made for a planner that's much smaller. So I had to adjust the holes. I kept getting it wrong. In the end, one night, I was just frustrated. I said, you know what? I am just going to use a single hole punch. And I ended up using this, getting this. This is by We Are Memory Keepers. And it's a heavy-duty hole punch. You can lift up this little flap and you can actually see where you're punching the hole. That is essential for hole punch. So, this thing is incredible. It doesn't only punch paper, it punches leather, all kinds of other materials. And I mean, paper, it can punch like 20, 25 pages at a time. It's a single hole punch. So, but what I found saved me a lot of paper in the end and a lot of frustration was just for me to put, you know, a page from my Filofax on top of whatever I wanted to punch and just put little dots in and then work with it that way. So there's a page for every day, which is how I'm going to use it. You don't have to use it this way. I could have printed front and back and saved pages, but like I said, I'm kind of new to this, so I just printed out a page for every day since I only have now until the end of this year. And I'll see if that even works for me. I only printed up to like the end of September. So there's that. Again, if you want to get closer to take a look at it, it has times that you can put in, like if you have a meeting, and then tasks, like a little checklist of some things you may want to do, the month ahead, the month forward, and then some notes. So I think this is going to work perfect for me for right now. I do have some other ideas on other things I want. So when you get the Filofax, and I'm sorry, this camera doesn't seem to, keeps going out of focus. When you get the Filofax, it comes with some dividers already. Although these are numbered. I'm not sure what I would use a numbered divider for. So I'm just kind of keeping these together, using them as templates until I figure out, okay, I think I might have changed the tab or something. I might change the tab. Numbered tabs aren't clicking for me right now, like what I would use that for. If you have an idea, let me know. To-do list. I'm big on list. I'm a big lister. You'll find me list everywhere. So it comes with a few pages of that. It didn't come with a lot. It comes with some lined paper, some graph paper. And then it comes with some contact papers. And guess what? I made this little divider. Do you like that? I thought it was cool for my black and white theme. And I actually ended up getting a laminator. Laminators are not that expensive. Those about 20 bucks, and it came with 20 pouches, laminating pouches, and I got it off of Amazon. So this was my first time using a laminator, but I think I did pretty well to create my own dividers. And then I had this already. It's a labeler by Dymo.